Aloha, y'all. It's Brandy with Better Business Strategies here with another episode of Business Bites with Brandy. And today I have a wonderful special guest, Alexis Sonder, and she's a business credit expert, helping business owners get access to cash and capital when they need it with zero personal guarantees. Now, Alexis, that sounds like something every business owner should know about. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you work with clients?
Yeah, of course. I thought you were going to say that sounds like something that's too good to be true, which I do get a lot.
It
um,
does. Usually
yeah,
you think that you have to have a personal, like your own personal credit, your own you have to personally guarantee a lot of stuff. So tell us, like I said, tell us how that's not true, how you can help people get around that.
yeah. So that is true in the beginning. Whenever we start our businesses, we self-fund. We take money from family, friends, investors, if we're lucky to have an investor. But typically it's self-funding. And that's totally normal. And sometimes we have to do that. So we start applying for things with our social security number, business bank accounts, business credit cards. So our business name may be on that business credit card, but also a personal name is on there. And that's your one telltale sign that you're on the hook for any business expenses you incur with that credit card, because your name is on it. A lot of people are like, oh, I have a business card. I'm like, it's kind of like a that people get duped through banks and other services like these big banks like Capital One and Chase. Yeah, they'll give you what they call business card, but honestly, it's just like a consumer credit card because you're attached to it. So what I do is there comes a point in the entrepreneur stage of business where you have to stop the bleeding and you have to stop self-funding and bootstrapping your business, especially if you want to scale and grow. So what I teach business owners to do is to build a robust business credit profile, all on the EIN number, which is like the social security number for the business, so that the business can stand on its own two financial legs itself without the owner. The owner is untethered from the business personally, and they're no longer personally liable for any debts incurred on the business. I do that through a SaaS product, which is a software product we use. We call it the 7-Step Funding Blueprint. It's a finance suite. But that's not the star of our show. The star of the show is our white glove consulting service layered on top of that. So we're not just giving our members, our business owners, information about how to build business credit and then throwing them to the wolves and say, figure it out. They have access to what we call a credit analyst. These are internally certified credit coaches. They have MBAs, they have law degrees, they're fractional CFOs, and they work hand in hand throughout the entire process, which is on average 9 to 12 months. So it's not for the business owner that needs cash now. But we do have resources for that as well. But we're not a lender, we're a consulting service, and it is a program and a process. You have to build business credit intentionally and in the proper order.
And that makes sense because you build personal credit intentionally and in the proper order as well. And so it makes perfect sense that you would do that with your business. And I love that you have that ongoing support after you get them signed up, right? Because it does take time and there are steps to build the business credit. And it's good to have those experts in your back pocket to help you through every step of the way. Now,
Yeah.
we talk a lot, or you and I had chatted before. A lot of people think, oh, I have an LLC, I have an S Corp, I have legal separation. I'm legally protected from any from the debts that the business incurs. But let's talk a little bit more about that because there are some ways that that you give up your protection from that LLC or S corp, that legal protection. And for me, with my accounting background, I know one of those ways is co-mingling your funds, and
Yeah.
that is using personal accounts to run your business charges or to run your business revenue through your personal accounts. And you're saying that a lot of the times, if you use your social security number to get a credit card or a line of credit for your business, that's still like using your personal credit for business. And does that erode your legal safety net by using your own social security number to build credit for your business?
It does. So, Brandy, I'm so glad that you brought this up because whenever I give educational seminars, this is in my presentation. So, one of the advantages of having an LLC is you have that corporate veil in place to protect you from lawsuits and any liabilities. Okay, but what people don't understand is when you start applying for things using your social security number, like the credit cards and whatnot, you pierce that corporate veil. So as being a former, accountant, like you were, CPA 101, if you have business owner clients, telling them to not commingle personal finances is probably the first thing you're going to tell them, right? Okay. So then they go and they apply for a business card through their bank or Amex or whatever. And like I said, their name is on there, their business name is on there, but their personal name is on there. So they're still on the hook for that. Personally, when you have business credit established, you can start applying for what we call corporate credit cards. They're true cards, corporate cards that are only on the EIN number. You do not have to use your social security number when you have a robust business credit profile. The score needs to be at 80 plus at tier 4. There's 4 tiers of business credit, and this business credit scale is 0 to 100, completely different than consumer credit. So once you have that built, that tells the banks, number one, you pay your bills early, and number two, you have a healthy amount of business expenses going, in and out of your bank account and put on these business credit cards. It shows the banks that you have a viable, successful business and you're not a risk to lend to. That's why you're able to get unsecured financing when you have that 80 plus business credit score at tier 4. So
Excellent, excellent. And that does set your business debt completely aside from your personal debt. And at that point, if you were to sell your business, then the credit or the debt that you've obtained through your EIN, because your business is a separate entity, then that goes with the business and you are no longer liable. So if you are scaling and you're at that point where you are ready to have your business be a separate entity from yourself, it's really important. I highly recommend working with Alexis to set that up to further protect your personal assets and to allow your business to stand on its own. It's going to be a lot easier down the road if someone wants to purchase your business, or if you decide, hey, this is working out really well, I want to franchise my business. All of that separation needs to happen in order for you to reach certain expansion levels. So really important. So
yeah, and we have the solution.
Mhm.
So but I wanted to also say one more thing. That when you go to sell your business or even exit, you want an exit strategy. We do offer free business valuations, the same software and the same technology that business appraisers use. It's included in our membership, but also it makes the sale of your business way less complicated when you're not personally attached to it. So,
Oh my gosh, so much,
yeah.
so much so. If you try to sell your business and you are still all entangled, it's like a messy, messy divorce. It's no fun, trust me. On the accounting side, for sure, it's no fun untangling that stuff. So yes, so important. If your long-term plan is to create a successful business and then sell that business off, then you definitely need to have, as one of your financial strategies, you need to have setting up this separate credit under your business. You need to have that on your agenda as a good business strategy. So can you tell us a little bit more about, like, how will I know if I'm in the right place or I'm the right person to give you a call and work with you?
That's another good question. So basically, I can work with anyone that has an EIN number, but we do really well with those businesses that want to scale and grow, and they're stuck. They don't know where to go to get access to cash and capital. They've been denied from the banks personally. They're spread too thin. Their debt to income ratio is too high. That's when, a perfect client for me to work with. Also, business expenses that drives business credit up quickly. So if it's a business that's pretty capital intensive, roofers, remodelers, people that have to float cash from job to job until they get paid, that's an ideal client of mine. It doesn't matter if it's a mom and pop shop or, if it's a $10 million construction company, $20 million. Like I said, you have to build business credit intentionally in the proper order. So if you don't know about it, you may have had some cards reporting over the years if you're a mature business, and I can pull your business credit report, no cost to the business owner, and we can see where we're starting. But typically those businesses, even if they are mature and they have millions of dollars in revenue, they don't know about business credit. So, they may not be starting at anywhere. They may be starting at 0, or they may be starting at, let's say, a score of 25, 30, but they're at tier 1 because they only have access to $1,000 in business credit. And that information is on the business credit report.
Okay, great. And I would recommend, I mean, as a business strategist, not waiting until you are spread too thin, until you're getting turned down by banks. Do not wait until you're in a pinch. If your business is starting to grow, and you have established some credit with your own social security number, start with, give Alex a call and see if you are in a position, right from the start. Maybe you've only been in business for a year. Give her a call. You have that EIN, you're ready to scale to the next level, and let's start building your business credit so that when you are, a year from now, when you're ready to add that second maintenance truck or that fifth maintenance truck, or you're opening your second storefront, that you are prime and ready. You have a nice solid foundation of business credit. So yeah, be proactive. I'm always a fan of being proactive when I work with my clients, and not waiting until the pain sets in, but getting in front of it for sure.
That's such a good point. Businesses that are just, a few months in, it's good to start building business credit now. It's not for when you need the cash now. It's like planting a tree that's going to give you shade. When's the best time to do that? 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So I always tell people that. So even if it's a newer business, you're going to want to grow and scale. You're going to enter into that expensive, marketing campaign via email, or you're going to want to be able to hire, or you're going to want to be able to get a really professional sign made so people can find you if you have a brick and mortar storefront. And all of that costs money. And so we want to get you to stop personally funding that part of your business and leverage the bank's money. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is that personal debt that you incur, that you makes your credit score go down, and then you have trouble, buying a home, qualifying for a mortgage, or leasing a car. But good debt is when you're leveraging the bank's money to grow and scale and to hire, and so to go after those new contracts, government contracts, commercial contracts, whatever you're looking to do to grow and scale. You need cash to do that. And so business credit is the solution. I don't know, besides an investor, venture capitalist, like, I don't know how else people do it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, unless you're putting your own money in, really putting your own money in. But again, at that point, you really still want to have, like you said, that corporate veil, right? Where you have your entity is separate from yourself, and understand the difference between a liability, like you said, of taking on that credit card debt yourself versus an investment where the company is leveraged to invest in itself, and that's a separate from your own personal liability if anything happens to the business. So, some of those concepts can be confusing, and that's absolutely why we're here to help. If you have questions about whether or not you're in a good place to start, definitely give Alex a call. We're going to put we'll put her contact information, well, wherever you're going to find the links, right? If you're catching us on YouTube, down below. If you're catching the podcast, it'll be in the comments. But we'll definitely put information on how to contact her. And of course, you can always contact me, and I'd be happy to speak with you about your situation, and put you in touch with Alexis. If the situation is a good fit for that. So yeah,
Yeah,
and,
I'm totally not one to pressure anyone. You have to see the value in it. Their business owner has to see the value in it, and the timing may not be right. Your business may not be in a space where you're ready, but I'll definitely let you know that I'm not gonna, pressure anyone into doing it. Although I do think it's for everyone because it's like insurance for your business, but it does have to be the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a perfect fit for everyone, but it can be a great fit for a lot of people. So definitely reach out and contact Alexis or myself, and we will, talk to you and figure out if you're on the right path or help you get there.
Yeah,
Either
and I
way.
can also offer anyone that comes from Brandy, because she's a VIP to me. So anyone that comes, I can pull a free business credit report. It costs my company money, but I won't pass the cost on to anyone that comes from you. And then if they do sign up for my services, I do offer a substantial discount for anyone that comes from you as well. So
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. There you go, listeners. Some VIP treatment for you if you're catching our show here. So thank you so much. So Alexis, I always like to talk about the holistic side of being a business owner, and that means better life strategies for our listeners. So as a business owner yourself and working with business owners, what is one tip you can give people to just, help themselves in the human side of their life, avoid burnout, be able to continue to show up for their business, create that work-life balance? Do you have a good tip for us?
yeah, setting boundaries in your business. There has to be a time where you stop taking calls. So for me, it's around 6:30, 7 o'clock every evening. I try and shut my phone off. It's time for my family. Obviously, I'll make arrangements if that's the only time a prospective client or a client can talk. I know a lot of people are busy during the day, so I will open up business hours for evenings, but it's only on specific days. And I also try to have, if not all of my weekend, a part of my weekend for family and friends, so that I can chill out and relax. And then I'm actually excited for Monday. Like, who could say they're excited for Monday? But I do get excited for Mondays.
Yeah, well, it's so important to have that downtime, and that's where our creativity has space to come up for us. And it's really important to make sure that we're feeding those core relationships that we support us and that supports us in business. And I'm so glad that you brought up boundaries. I teach a lot of time management, and every time I bring up boundaries as a time management strategy, people always seem like, they don't always make that connection, but boundaries absolutely are a top strategy for maintaining your sanity while you're running a business. Guess
Yeah,
what? We don't clock out at 5 o'clock, all the
right.
time. Stuff comes up on the weekends from time to time. And making sure that it's only one every once in a while, or you are clocking out at 5 o'clock a couple of days a week, is so important. Otherwise, you're going to get burned out. You're not going to be able to show up for your business. Those Mondays are going to feel like a drag, but pretty soon
Yeah.
every day is going to start feeling like a drag. And as a business owner, we got into our business because we felt passionate about what we're doing. And if we burn ourselves out and lose that passion, then yeah, it's no fun, and we're not able to show up for anybody. So yeah, keep
You have
those
to
boundaries in
nurture those
place.
Yeah, and we have to nurture those personal relationships, because a lot of times our business is so successful and thriving, but then our personal life gets out of whack, or opposite. Our personal life is amazing, then our business is suffering. So it's walking that tightrope and finding that balance, what works for you. So
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of us have businesses to support that family or to support those relationships. So if you're spending so much time growing your business that those relationships disintegrate, you can lose your
yeah,
purpose in your business. And again, not be able to show up for that because you've lost your purpose. So yeah, so important. I know it's so important and it's hard. Neither one of us are saying, hey, it's really easy to maintain work-life balance.
no,
It's not. It's
no.
definitely a challenge. And that's why boundaries are so important. So yeah, absolutely. So how can people work with you? What's the best way to get in touch with you? Or, we're going to put some links and a phone number down below, but yeah, if someone's watching this and they want to talk to you today, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so going to my website, first of all, I have a free ebook that people can sign up for. So my website is www.jgalt, G-A-L-T. So J is in Jeremy, G is in girl, A-L-T .io/ my first initial and last name, A Sonder. So you click on my website and scroll to the bottom. You'll see my picture. You'll see a link to schedule a call with me. It's a complimentary call. I can pull your business credit report and go over it. No cost to you, and then see, what are the best next steps. Also via text. I am attached to my phone, unfortunately or fortunately. So people can text me at my phone number 610-733-7343. But all my contact info is on the website. So yeah.
Excellent. And we'll have that phone number and those links wherever you find information around this podcast or this show that you're watching. So just look around for that information and you can get a direct link over there to Alexis. So thank you so much for coming on the show today. And
Thanks
you
for having
probably
me.
catch Alexis and I. We're already colluding for more collaboration on future
Oh yeah.
projects. Yeah, keep an eye out for us. Alexis, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. And everybody, give Alexis a call and start building that business credit. All right.
Yeah, please do. Thanks, Brandy.
Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.